And regardless of what you believed in, whatever person you voted for, there was a lot of things that were sort of addressed.
There's a lot of great people on both sides. Lots of great people on both sides. I know Harry, he's a great person. He couldn't vote for me at the time. Now he can vote for me once he gets out.
What if we told you that one of Hollywood's most versatile actors just pulled off an impression so accurate, so hilarious, and so unbelievably spot on that it's practically sent the entire internet into a frenzy? Picture this. Jamie Foxx, the Oscar-winning actor, Grammy-winning artist, and all-around entertainer, casually channels President Donald Trump in a way that has people saying it might actually be better than the real thing. Yes, you heard that right. Foxx's impression of Trump is so eerily perfect that it's become a full-blown cultural moment, and trust us, you're going to want to hear every detail about how this unfolded because it's the kind of story that just keeps getting better.
But it was true. It was like the one thing that you look at what happened with politics this year, people sort of stripped away a lot of things.
So here's how it all started. Jamie Foxx, known for his comedic chops and uncanny ability to mimic just about anyone, was making the rounds promoting his Netflix movie Day Shift alongside none other than Snoop Dogg. During an appearance on the Rap Radar podcast, the conversation took a turn toward a former Death Row Records executive who had famously been pardoned by Trump. That's when Foxx, almost out of nowhere, launched into his Trump impression, and let us tell you, it was like watching the man himself. The voice, the cadence, the exaggerated hand gestures, it was all there. There's a lot of great people on both sides. Foxx said, echoing one of Trump's most controversial quotes from 2017. The room reportedly erupted. Even Snoop Dogg, who's no stranger to throwing shade at Trump, couldn't hold back his laughter, but Foxx didn't stop there. He kept going, riffing on Trump's favorite phrases like fake news, and even throwing in a jab about COVID. They tried to give me the virus. I beat the virus. And if you're wondering how accurate this impression was, let's just say it's the kind of thing that makes you do a double take. Close your eyes and you'd swear it was Trump himself in the room.
I love Snoop D-O-double-G, great person.
So do you love Death Row Records?
I love Death Row. I love Death. Excuse me. Fake news.
Now, if you've been anywhere near social media in the past week, you already know that this moment blew up. Within minutes of the podcast clip hitting the internet, it was everywhere. Twitter became a battleground of reactions with hashtags like Jamie Foxx, Trump trending almost instantly. TikTok users were chopping up the audio and pairing it with everything from Trump's rally clips to EDM beats. Instagram was flooded with memes, including one where Fox's Trump was photoshopped onto the presidential seal with the caption, "Make comedy great again." The internet, as it tends to do, had taken a funny moment and turned it into an unstoppable movement. And then came the real question. What happens when Donald Trump himself sees this? Because let's be real, if there's one thing we know about Trump, it's that he doesn't exactly have the thickest skin when it comes to satire. Well, according to multiple sources, Trump did see it, and let's just say his reaction was exactly what you'd expect. Word on the street is that he was absolutely livid. Allegedly, upon seeing the clip, Trump flew into what some are calling meltdown mode. Reports claim he fired off a series of angry emails to his inner circle, calling Foxx a washed-up actor and accusing the media of conspiring to humiliate him. Of course, none of this has been officially confirmed, but let's be honest. Doesn't it sound exactly like something he'd do?
Well, listen, honestly, some of the people around this say, let's not get political, but Jamie Foxx did the worst impression of me that I've ever heard. A terrible Trump.
It wasn't that bad.
But here's where it gets even better. Trump apparently took to his favorite platform, Truth Social, to vent his frustrations. In a now infamous post, he reportedly referred to Foxx as Jamie Foxx, yes, without the second X, calling his impression a low-energy attempt at comedy and labeling the whole thing as, you guessed it, fake news. The internet wasted no time roasting him for the typo, with one user commenting, maybe spell check is part of the deep state too? Another chimed in with, Jamie Foxx's impression is so good, even Trump thinks it's fake news. Meanwhile, late-night hosts were having a field day. Stephen Colbert staged a mock satellite interview with Fox's Trump, pretending to ask him serious questions about everything from U.S.-China relations to his favorite fast food chain. Jimmy Kimmel took it a step further, setting up a fake debate between Fox's Trump and Alec Baldwin's famous SNL version of Trump. The result? Absolute chaos, and some of the biggest laughs of the year. Over at Seth Meyers' show, they even attempted to recreate Trump's infamous hair using a cotton candy machine, all while playing clips of Fox's impression in the background.
It was so
A lot
bad.
of times people say it's bad, but it was actually the best
Jamie,
impersonation of me
it was a
that
disaster.
I've ever done of me.
Jamie, it was a
and
disaster.
I wasn't even there.
But let's take a step back for a second. This wasn't just some casual comedy bit that got a few laughs and faded into obscurity. No, this became a full-blown cultural phenomenon. People who wouldn't normally care about politics were suddenly glued to their screens, not to watch a debate or a town hall, but to see Jamie Foxx absolutely nail Trump's voice and mannerisms. And the memes? Oh, the memes. From Fox Trump riding a golden escalator to a photoshopped image of him arm wrestling the real Trump with the caption, "Orange, you glad there's two of us?" The internet was working overtime. What's perhaps most impressive about all of this is Fox's ability to stay completely unfazed by the chaos he's unleashed. While the internet exploded and Trump seemingly spiraled, Foxx remained quiet, letting his work speak for itself. And honestly, can you blame him? The man just pulled off one of the most talked about impressions of the decade. Why ruin the moment by getting involved in the drama?
Some of those politicians were afraid to say what Donald Trump was saying, and they ended up being left in the dust because people were a little like, well, he's got a point in the sense that we're playing things a little too close.
But what's even more fascinating is the sheer level of detail Jamie Foxx puts into his impressions. According to those who've worked with him, Foxx doesn't just mimic voices, he studies the person down to their smallest habits. From the way Trump's lips purse when he says China, to the exaggerated pauses between his words, Foxx captured everything. Some fans even pointed out that Foxx's Trump impression was so realistic it felt like a deepfake without the technology. It's like he downloaded Trump's personality into his own body, one viewer joked on Twitter. And let's not forget, this isn't just a matter of skill, it's also a testament to Foxx's ability to turn even the most divisive public figure into a universal punchline. What's more, this viral moment didn't just stay confined to social media. Reports suggest that producers and agents are already reaching out to Foxx to see if he'd be willing to expand on this impression for future projects. Could we see an entire comedy sketch series featuring Foxx Trump? Or maybe a satirical movie where Foxx plays a fictionalized version of the president. The possibilities are endless, and fans are already speculating. One particularly creative fan suggested on TikTok, Jamie Foxx should do a whole comedy tour where he plays Trump giving motivational speeches. Whether or not Foxx decides to run with this idea, one thing is clear, this impression is more than a one-time gag. It's a pop culture moment with serious staying power.
So when you look at that as a comedian, it's like, wow, that was good for me, and that was good for me in a certain way. Of first of all, it's great jokes.
Fans, of course, couldn't get enough. One comment under the viral clip read, "Love you, Jamie Foxx, and I'm so glad you got well. You're a fabulous comedian." Another chimed in with, "Thank you, Jamie Foxx. You've always been awesome." It's clear that people not only appreciated the humor, but also admired Foxx's incredible talent. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time he's wowed audiences with his impersonations. From Will Smith to Jay-Z, Foxx has a history of capturing people's voices and mannerisms with almost supernatural precision. But what does this all mean in the grand scheme of things? Some political analysts have even weighed in, suggesting that satire like this can actually influence public opinion. One CNN panel spent an entire segment analyzing Foxx's hand gestures, with one expert claiming, notice how he raises his pinky when saying China. This is clearly a reference to US-China relations. Meanwhile, Fox News took a very different approach, accusing Hollywood elites of using comedy to sway voters. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, Jamie Foxx's impression is now a national security threat.
The perception in America was the white man, Donald Trump, can be president. The woman can't do it. Perception. Doesn't mean that if you vote for Robert...
Of course, amidst all the laughter and chaos, there's a deeper question to consider. Why was this impression so impactful? Maybe it's because Foxx didn't just mimic Trump. He exaggerated the very things that have made Trump such a polarizing figure. The repetitive phrases, the exaggerated hand movements, the way he interrupts himself mid-sentence. It's all so over the top that it feels like a parody of a parody. And in doing so, Foxx not only made us laugh, but also reminded us of just how absurd our political landscape has become. So, what's next? Will Jamie Foxx's Trump impression become a recurring bit? Will he take it to SNL or maybe even a comedy special? And more importantly, how will Trump respond if this continues to gain traction? One thing's for sure, this isn't the last we've heard of this story, and with the way the internet works, who knows?
Please seen how bad it was.
To be honest with you, Stevie Wonder said it was amazing. Do you believe that blind guy or the other blind guy? You know what?
Let's keep the conversation going. What do you think about Jamie Foxx's impression of Donald Trump? Is it just good comedy, or does it say something deeper about our current political climate? And if you could pick one celebrity to impersonate another politician, who would it be and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share this with your friends. After all, laughter is something we could all use a little more of these days. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.